Hey everybody, it's Regan Sample, Realtor with St. Vrain Realty here in Longmont, and I am joined with Karen Stollard, the Membership Director of the Longmont Area Chamber of Commerce. So I'm glad to have you here and talking to us about what Longmont Area Chamber does for businesses, for the community. And if you could just tell us a little bit of what you do real quick and what the Chamber is doing right now with everything going on and how the Chamber supports local business.
Yeah. Well, it's a lofty question because I feel like a lot of times people have no idea what a Chamber of Commerce does. And so when I say I'm the membership director of one, they say, great. They really have no idea what that means. So I'm glad that we're starting with that. So basically, the Chamber of Commerce has been around for actually 135 years in Longmont, and we exist for the sole purpose of supporting businesses and maintaining a positive business climate in Longmont and the surrounding area. We are the Longmont Area Chamber of Commerce, as I point out to some, because we actually have membership that ranges all the way from Colorado Springs up to Fort Collins. So it's surprising for a lot of people. I get a lot of questions about, do I have to be in Longmont or have a 80501 zip code in order to join the chamber? And you don't. You just need to have an interest and an investment in getting engaged and connected in Longmont, and then the Longmont Chamber might be an awesome avenue for you to pursue. So with those kind of ethereal terms of like, okay, so you connect people. What does that mean? In normal times, we're hosting hundreds of networking events a year. We're helping to facilitate those connections between business owners, either between them and other local businesses or businesses to their greater community. For my job as membership director is to help make sure that the more than 700 businesses that are members of the Longmont Chamber are feeling that connection and that value from their membership. We are entirely membership funded. And so that's a really key piece of making sure that we as an organization are nimble enough to be providing those services to businesses.
Kind of leads into something else I wanted to ask you, is something that you feel is most valuable about being a part of that Longmont business community, or what makes that environment such a unique place, and why someone would want to start a business and be part of the Longmont business environment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like especially, and I think I forgot to touch on this when you said, like, what are you guys doing right now? So I'll loop that in with this. But I think especially with the last 10 months that we've experienced as a community and obviously as a world, I think that so many businesses realized the impact and the difference that it made when you had resources and connections and people kind of backing you up during, a worldwide pandemic. And so what we did a big shift of as an organization is, obviously, since we exist solely for supporting businesses, what businesses needed changed drastically and literally overnight, and then, hour by hour. And so our primary focus became understanding the regulations that were affecting business, understanding what resources they needed to try and support their employees and their workforce, as well as themselves and their bottom line and their businesses, and try to sift through all of that as an organization, so that when we were sending out updates, which sometimes our emails were coming out within hours of each other with changes, we all remember what that was like when it was kind of like a fire hydrant to the face of information. So we tried to sift through that, as well as have connections with a lot of the entities that were rolling these out. So we had a direct line to them with the fact that we have 135 years in this community. If we don't offer the service, or we don't actually orchestrate the thing, we know the people that do. And so being able to have a direct line to them, understand, ask questions on behalf of businesses, I feel like we help save businesses a lot of time in spinning up their wheels. It wasn't just a link to another URL that you then had to sift through. So that's a really big piece, I think, in helping businesses not feel like they're fighting this fight on their own. We were able, the word Chamber of Commerce come up across the world, the Venice Chamber of Commerce, the Italian Chamber of Commerce. I mean, it was the Denver Chamber, it was all of these chambers rising to the occasion of needing to support businesses. So it was, I think, really gratifying for us as a staff to know that our work was more important right now, more than ever, to make sure that we have a business community to come back to. And so that was a big shift for us over the last year. And I feel like it's a great reminder as to what our sole purpose is, which is to meet the needs of businesses, which is always changing. And so we had to change as well, right alongside them.
One thing I wanted to ask you is, how can people find out what's going on in the community, how they can support businesses, what resources are there? And know you mentioned you have a meeting later today, so I don't want you to get too far into it, but you were talking about 5-star ratings because of how businesses can operate. How can they get connected to those resources?
Yeah, excellent question. I would say the chamber website is the best landing point. It's longmontchamber.org. To touch on a few of the things that you brought up, we actually created an entire page around COVID-19 resources, which is where we put timely updates on things coming from the state. So the 5-star program for Boulder County that actually launched yesterday on February 4th, that's up there and has information about what it means for businesses, community members that can volunteer and support that program if they really want to have a direct impact in supporting their business community.
So
volunteering
is something that's needed right now too.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we're kind of this hub of the connection between businesses and their community. So whether you're looking to volunteer at a local nonprofit, if you're a business looking to grow and feel connected to your neighboring businesses in your community, we're kind of the center of all of that. And so if you're interested in getting involved in any aspect, the chamber website has lots of information, but we're also real live humans, which I feel like is actually a novelty in the 21st century, and that you could actually call the Chamber of Commerce and a staff member will be able to talk to you about something that you're looking for. Many of us were born and raised in Longmont, so I feel like just even asking, anecdotal information, we might know it. I feel like that direct line, oh, here's the cat. Here she is. There she is. That's what we're here for. And Kirby. Hi, Kirby.
There you go. You got to get the Zoom animals, right?
The Zoom animals, they without fail.
So that's awesome. So I'd say, as far as the Longmont Area Chamber of Commerce, I didn't realize people from the Springs. I figured, Firestone, Meade, that immediate area. But you got Longmont Area Chamber of Commerce, and it's driven by the members, funded by members, and that's what you're here for, is to support the community, support all those businesses. And in the last year, you've developed a lot more resources around all these regulations and all that. Hey, Karen, thanks again for being with us here today, telling us all the stuff that the Chamber does, a lot of things people probably didn't realize, the resources and tools that are there, and how much you do to support local business and just our local economy. So everyone check out their website. If you have questions, you can actually call and get a real person. And
a real human.
There you go. And that's about it. So Longmont Area Chamber of Commerce is all about supporting Longmont, making us a Strongmont, right? And the better we all do, the better we all do.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Regan. It's been great talking with you.
Hey, you got it. Thanks so much, Karen.